I would say it's time for a new roof. What do you think? This was a one-car garage, but they cut through it and extended it and made it a two-car garage. This is all jacked up. There's no support with this big old 2x8 on it, and so it just pulled everything off. The spot I just did yesterday was over there. Might as well replace that fascia along the edge of the RV parking. Since it is a car channel, there we go. Steven, he'll be picking up his 74 Challenger in about a week. On July 3rd. This is what they did. I peeled the roofing back, and there's a little gap in between the sheeting and the roofing. So I'll probably tear all of these out because this is all tongue and groove. Some of them are split. All of them have a curve to them. But what I was thinking, up against the siding and where the overhang meets the wall, throw a nail, and then go down there, the farthest point, throw a nail up, and then that way the nail's sticking up through the roof, and then tie a string, a chalk line around each one, snap a line, cut it off, get rid of all of this. Do the same thing with over here. Of course, this, all I have to do is just pound these off because I know where my line is, just cut through here. And then I'm gonna build a little box. This is what I got so far. And I took everything off. I just now took off that one. It was right here on this side where that line is. All them nails holding it on. I got the trim off here. I built them, and the one side is going to go against the building. I'll throw some lag bolts or screws, lag screws, whatever they're called, into it, anchors, and then it'll stick out 9 inches wide overall. And that'll stick out to about here somewhere, and not too far, but far enough. And then we can just sheet right over that part. This stuff, it might be in pretty good shape. This board ends here. These are real thin sheets. You can see what's going on here. And then we got another thin one here, and another one there. So I don't know about that. These boards are thicker than these are. These are just real thin. So I'm gonna ask them to replace these and to put some thicker stuff on. We'll find out once we tear it off what it looks like. So anyway, that's the plan. I'm sticking to it. Hi Wesley, how you doing? There's Rusty. Hey Rusty. Hi Goldie. Peekaboo. Now where'd Coconut go? I think she probably just went in the house. While I'm up here, pretty soon the 69 Coronet is going to Rooster at Rooster Restorations. The Challenger, oh, that's our new dog. That's Coconut. Hi Coconut. She's out cruising around. We got her about 2 weeks ago. Steven's Challenger is right there. He's picking that up in about a week actually. And then the 72 Charger SE is going to Mohawk 62, his YouTube channel. The green Scamp is for sale. My truck is for sale, the half-ton stepside, because I got a little red Express that still isn't delivered yet. I might be selling the Old Glory. I'm keeping the Charger. The 70 Dart is for sale, and I'll be keeping the 62 Valiant. So I'll be keeping that one and the Charger. and the rest of these cars will be gone. I sure hope I know what I'm doing, because it's too late now. Instead of sticking a nail from the bottom up, I went from the top down. I just took a tape measure and measured out here, and then I measured back. And my marks, with my nails at least, were right on. When I poked through, everything is right up against the siding. Some of them are kind of loose, like this one, it sticks out further, so I kind of cut into the top of it a little bit from here to here. But everywhere else, it, you know, is lined up right against the edge. And so we may have some of that going on here, who knows. Right here it looks like it goes in a little bit, but as you get down there, it's right on the outside edge, so we'll see. I don't feel like laying under there because I think it's only resting on that corner of the knee brace right there. And up here it'd be like a Venus flytrap with all these nails and those fingers. And if it fell, it'd go squish me like a grape. Probably should have recorded that highlight of the whole video. This little edge here, I didn't want to go deep here and cut into the top of that, and so, but I just lifted it up and it broke through right there, and then the whole thing just fell straight down. I was standing here when I did it. I ain't going near that, so I'm sure that's about 1,000 pounds with all the shingles on it. And all those nails falling probably didn't help my roof any. However, Kelly, she wants all this re-roofed, and with when they re-roof this, they're gonna roof this as well, so it don't really matter. So anyway, it's down. This is what I was talking about as far as cutting goes. Kind of a little overhang here, but it's just this one. Well, this board here and this board here stick out a little bit, but the rest of it, it's, well, in this one, pretty much right on, all the way down. And so it's, I just gotta trust my work sometimes. That's perfect. This has a kind of a wavy, weird pattern. Looks like an 80s or something. And then this underneath it is red. And I think that's the only, and then there's two here. And then there's your tar paper. So only 2 coats. It looks like 4. I'll be glad when it's gone. Time to trim our tree again. Well, it's got a lot of dead branches, if you haven't noticed. They keep landing on top of our house. Oh, and with this thing, I'm gonna cut it back. Maybe have a little overhang on it. If this sticks out 9 inches, maybe have a little overhang here. Cut it to about there, maybe. So, oh, we got a chicken out again. She's always hopping the fence. There she is. I heard them clucking. Need to get rid of this wood pile. We'll turn this into a courtyard right here. I got some old electrical wire. No power to them, to the best of my knowledge. It's semi-updated, the electrical box. When I built this addition on, there was none hooked up to it. But when they built this pergola area, this corner right here, they literally rested it on the roof line. It was real intelligent of them, but they put a board on top of it at least, but everything caved in and rotted right there. I just peeled away the plastic I have on the inside and just let it drip inside the garage each time it rains. That way it doesn't run down the wall and hit my bearing wall. It's just right there in the hole. I just let it drip, let it catch in a bucket until I fixed it. but I need to address this area as well. I need to probably reframe this corner to get it off of the roof, so that when they roof, they can have access to inside there, so they can shingle and nail and everything. So I have to probably cut back some of that corner, and I also need to lift it a little because it drops down on this corner. But for the gutters, I need to, all these peaks or the rafter tips, they come to a point instead of being cut square. So I need to come back and cut all those so that they can, and then put a fascia board on it so they have something flat that they can anchor a gutter onto, and then have the downspout on that corner. And all of this is concrete, so there's no drainage. But this, I need to lift this corner up as well. So we got a post, a 4x4 post, and lift it up, set it on there, reconfigure all that, and make that post a permanent fixture. All sorts of fun stuff to do. This down. This is just from our last windstorm, and that's when the big one came through and ripped all our shingles up everywhere. We're also going to replace this. We'll buy some new stuff because there's always branches falling and poking holes through it. We replaced that one for that very reason. Now on the other side of the garage, I just took my saw and I cut through all this. I only hit like 2 nails. I think one here and one up there somewhere. And I saw some sparks down here, but I'm at the end of my blade anyway, so it's all good. Something I did before I cut all this off was I took a 2x4 and I stuck it up against the bottom of this, and then I took my pencil and traced a line. That's it right there. Rusty, he's trying to get a stick. Hi Rusty! Get it Rusty, get it! Get it Rusty! I love you, buddy. He's a big squirrel. Squirrel! Now I need to cut through this trim here, so that I can stick that against it. And I could have just taken this whole board off, but it would look weird. I'd have a gap between here and there and whatever, so I might just cut through that and then just stick that thing in there and leave the existing trim. But I need to take off this tiny little board here, and I need to cut through this one here because it needs to butt up against this one. So I gotta cut through all this garbage without dying. I gave up on the stick and he brought his toy. He's like, will you throw it? And if you're wondering what all this board siding is all about, it's my this is my little air compressor shed that I'm sitting on right now, and this is my add-on that I built years back. I stacked up the boards here, put another one on the end of the garage here. I don't know how far back that goes, but they doubled it up on the ends here. There's a board here about the width of my first finger and my thumb, 4 of them going all the way across, and just cut through with the cutoff tool on the trim. I might hit this corner with the 2x4 when I test fit it. It fit everywhere except for right here, but I have the corner of all that. But if I just barely cut off this top corner right there, it should fit going all the way up. On to the next project. With these, I'm not sure exactly what height to set them at according to if they replace these or not, because I'm almost tempted to wait, and when they come, when I figure out the boards and how tall it is, if they leave it at this height, if they leave these boards, then we'll see. I don't know, because I don't know if these will be replaced or not. They're in pretty good shape. But I may just set it for that height and then go from there, but I'm half tempted to wait. Maybe I can tackle the eaves next. Put some fascia on. Dream big. Work hard.
That was easy.
Thanks for watching.